Well, thank you very much for that kind introduction. Good afternoon, UWCSEA, teachers, family, parents, and friends. But most importantly, a huge welcome and congratulations to the class of 2016. When I was thinking about tonight, I wondered what I could possibly tell a room full of UWC graduates. Perhaps I could inspire them with words of unity or multiculturalism. But at a time when Donald Trump wants to build a wall between the US and Mexico, and Europe is suffering from an unprecedented refugee crisis, the fact that there are 70 different nationalities sitting here today peacefully as friends, family, and as classmates is an achievement in itself. Well, then maybe I could talk about the value of hard work, but you've all just spent 2 years completing the IB. You've dedicated yourself to your studies and fulfilling CAS requirements in sport, art, and music, and applications for future plans, and in your spare time, trying to squeeze in a social life on the side. Well, then finally, I thought, definitely service. The core message for me whilst I attended this school was the notion of service to your community, for your community, as a part of your community. But you're a room full of graduates who have committed yourself to service, at the very least on a weekly basis for the last 2 years. You chose a project week that meant a great deal to you, and you've been exposed to worthy causes continually throughout your time at this school. You will go to university with fellow undergraduates who have never completed an hour of service in their life. I truly believe that by making it here tonight, you embody all of the core values that UWC holds dear. You are a room full of examples of hard work, examples of dedication, and examples of bravery. And I'm not here to speak about things you already know, and I am certainly not here to ask you to be something that you already are. So I have no way of putting into words what exactly a UWC education is and what it encompasses above and beyond what I've just said. But a wise man called Kurt Hahn, who you may have heard mentioned a couple of times during your time at UWC, once wrote that the foremost task of education is to ensure the survival of the following qualities: an enterprising curiosity, an undefeatable spirit, tenacity in pursuit, readiness for sensible self-denial, and above all, compassion. Nothing can encompass this more than fear and the ability to accept all that comes with fear. I can guarantee that you, like I was 5 years ago, like the graduates will be in 5 years' time, will be scared within the next few months and years. You will be scared of the unknown, of missed opportunities, of missed friends. You'll be scared of how close to your plan you are getting, how good your grades, how much money you can make, who you love, where you live, why you get up in the morning. All of this can be scary. It's scary for everyone in this room. But fear is only limiting if you accept it as such. Today, I'm going to tell you a story of fear and a story of failure, and they're my stories. When I graduated from Oxford, I was offered a place at Cambridge to study public health. It was a worthy and a wonderful undertaking, a way, I thought, that I could embody the UWC values that I hold dear. I turned it down. I turned it down to pursue my dream of representing New Zealand. So I moved to Auckland to pursue swimming full-time. I'd moved to a brand new city, the other side of the world from my friends, my boyfriend, the other side of the country from my parents. The people I swam with were complete strangers. I swam full-time, meaning I swam, I ate, and I slept, with very little else in between. I lived in one of my coach's back rooms, and I spent my spare time driving around to various long-suffering aunts and uncles, crashing periodically on their sofas and helping myself to meals. I had no money, I'd given up my education, and I definitively had no friends. But I did have a dream, and that dream came partially to fruition when I was selected for the World Championship team last year. It was my second time representing New Zealand, and as with any sport, it was a true honor to represent my country. Wearing the silver fern on my chest, a symbol that all Kiwis hold very close to their heart, was valuable beyond measure. Maybe, I thought after the World Champs, maybe all this pain and suffering for my sport are actually worth it. Well, as well as being your final year of school, 2016 is also the year of the Paralympic and Olympic Games. That was my goal. That was my dream. And it was the reason I trained up to 6 hours a day. It was the reason I ended up having surgery on not one, but both of my arms. And in the end, it didn't work out. Due to a series of unfortunate events, I ended up watching the 2016 Olympic trials from the stands. I contracted viral meningitis, then glandular fever, and then shingles. My body was telling me to stop. The hardest thing in the world is chasing a dream, especially a dream that no one believes but you. Like any experience you go through, I ask myself, what did I lose? What did I gain? And although on paper I lost, and I lost a lot, and I got very good at losing, I gained something possibly even more valuable. I knew my limits, and I knew, most importantly, the importance of pursuing a dream. What you're never taught in school is that it is only when we take risks do we actually learn our own limits. There were great times over these past 2 years. I trained with Olympic champions. I learned that pain exists as much in the mind as it does in the body, and nothing teaches you your limits like that sort of single-minded focus can. If I competed at the 2016 Paralympics, I was going to be next year's speaker and talk to the class of 2017 about success, and unfortunately you got me talking about failure. But I believe a story of risk, a story of setbacks, is a story you should have before you leave this school. UWC has endowed you with qualities you will not find in other graduates your age. You value hard work, you support your community, you show great respect and humility towards every culture and creed. But more than anything, I think you're taught by this school how to value bravery, how to seek excellence at the expense of money or of ease. Everything that is worth having, every greatest success in your life, lies on the other side of fear and of risk. It is only by putting yourself in a position where you could fail, where the decision scares you, and where that leap of faith seems a little bit too far, that you learn about your true capacity. And if I can promise one thing for you in the coming years, you will have the opportunity to do what you love. They may not be the dreams your parents planned for you, or your teachers, or even your 18-year-old self sitting here today. But they will present themselves as a road, and they will often be the most difficult and treacherous of roads you can take. You may realize you don't want to be a doctor or a lawyer like everyone had planned, but other people will forgive you for pursuing your dream. Your parents are contractually obliged to love you, regardless if you stick to their plan, and your teachers will begrudgingly find another Austen or Dickens protege. But a dream you let go of is something you will not forgive yourself for. Don't live someone else's life. These are the things that wake you up at night. They're the things that in 10, 20, 30 years you look back on and you ask why. Why didn't I do that? Why wasn't I brave? Because there is no effort without error, and there is no reward without risk. Failure is very seldom fatal. Sitting here tonight, class of 2016, you've proven values of commitment and values of strength. It is now the time to prove something else to yourself. It is now the time to add a dash of insanity to your future years. For surely the definition of insanity is pursuing something that no one has ever attempted before. Surely it is insane to take the more difficult road, the longer road, the road that is judged too hard, too long, too much of a commitment by everyone who has seen it before. But this is what UWC has prepared you for, a unique ability to strive for excellence in the face of adversity. You must dare greatly, you must be brave, and you must be bold. After all, the distance between an insane idea and a genius idea is just how much a success you make of yourself. And this isn't a success that is measured in money or in power or in fame. It's a success that is measured if in 80 years' time You can hold your hand on your heart and you can say wholly and honestly, I did everything I wanted in life. I pursued the most beautiful of dreams, known only to me. So I challenge you, class of 2016, find that dream, recognize that dream, and learn about that dream. And once you have it, no matter what it is, no matter the costs incurred and the risks perceived, and the necessary highs and the necessary lows, promise yourself that you'll never let it go.